Publicized privacy. Definition of publicized privacy. From the book Networked in Theology, Negotiating Faith in Digital Culture, John Sloop and Joshua Gunn define publicized privacy as the conditions created when new communications technologies create an ideology and sensation of freedom that ironically leads to a heightened state of surveillance and discipline. And this all comes from when we first got the internet, and we got, when you first got the internet, you had a laptop or a desktop, and so you didn't have your phone like this, that's in your pocket. You carry it around with you, and you take photos, and you can be constantly on it. When you used to go to the internet and you wanted to look up something or search something, you had to go sit down and go downstairs to wherever your computer was, or your desk at home, and sit down in your chair and boot up your desktop and look to see what you wanted to find. And now with your phone, you just get to say, hey Siri or Google, and you can just kind of ask, and they'll be like, yeah, and you can just ask any random question you want, and you can instantly have it in seconds. And so that's why our state of surveillance and discipline is heightened. And privacy boundaries. We've got cookies. We have magic cookies and HTTP cookies. From magic cookies, we get packets that are sent back and forth from the websites. And from those on magic cookies, we have first-party cookies and third-party cookies. And first-party cookies are a bigger cookie that and kind of unholds all the data, and your third-party cookies are like what people are trying to sell to you, and so those kind of follow you and track you around. And then the HTTP cookies are cookies when you make a new account for Google or Apple or whatever company or website you log onto, and it says please make an account to go farther into their website. That's what an HTTP cookie is. And so then we have their boundaries between public and private life. So now when you post something on Facebook, you can, before you make the post, you can be like, I just want to share it to my friends, or just my family members, or just my friends that I'm friends with. Or you can make it public to anyone. So anyone that stumbles across your page on Facebook, they could be from Africa, and because you have your settings on all public, someone from Africa can comment on your post, and you could have that conversation about whatever, which can cause maybe some problems, but it also can open your eyes to maybe helping someone else. And then we've got your social networks like Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and etc. And so different platforms have different ways of communicating, so like Twitter is a constant news feed, and so with that constant news feed, you get to just scroll and mindlessly scroll, but you can see what's happening around the world instantaneously with most of these platforms nowadays, where back in the day you might have checked Facebook or TikTok, or not TikTok because TikTok wasn't a thing, but you could have checked Facebook and been like, ooh, this is what happened yesterday. My friend in California is sitting down having food with his family, because they posted a photo, and then you got to see what they were eating. And so those boundaries, you're pushing something that's normally something pretty private, sitting down eating food at your dinner table, you're showing it and sharing people oh, this is what we're doing. And so that's kind of opened up boundaries of what is private and what is personal. Or personal and public, so because whatever you're allowing to share is what people get to see, inside view of your life. And then how Americans feel in 2019 about their privacy. So this is from Pew's Research Center. Majority of Americans feel as if they have little control over data collected about them by companies and the government. And we have a lot of say, actually. It's that when you log into a website for the first time, it makes that, when you ask to make that account, there's the little description that pops up here's our EULA agreement. And most of the time, no one really reads those. We just, scroll down, and when we're scrolling, we scroll all the way down, we click the accept just so we can keep moving. And that's where we give away all our benefits. But if we don't accept those EULA rights, then we can't use their website to the full extent maybe that we want to. And so that's where a lot of this comes from, and the government is trying to fix these concerns. And then roughly 6 in 10 Americans believe it is not possible to go through daily life without having their data collected. And that's a scary thing to think about, that 6 in 10 Americans, and this is 3 years ago, and these numbers have probably risen now with everything else that's gone about in the last couple of years. And then here are my references. So these will also be at the bottom of the description of the YouTube video. And thank you for watching.